What's up, guys? It's Nick here from the DragonBomb Podcast crew. Today, I'm doing a solo episode due to stuff between me and Kenny not being able to get stuff recorded. But with how basically good wrestling has been recently, I can't not talk about it. So I'm doing a solo episode here, basically covering Battleground, Raw, and Smackdown. But the first thing I want to do right from the get go, because we haven't recorded since it happened. I just want to give a shout out to what one of my favorite moments from wrestling this year was, and that was the final deletion on TNA. Oh my god, TNA did something good, but bad at the same time. It's really funny. Like the saga between Matt and Jeff Hardy might be one of the funniest things I've seen and the most entertaining thing I've seen in wrestling in God knows how long. Sorry. Like, just all the promos leading up to the matches, the whole Brother Nero, I knew you'd come, just whatever it was, I'm saying was because I think the feud's pretty much done now. I'm not actually keeping up enough with TNA to know if it's still going. I know Jeff Hardy is busy in deletion. Last time I checked, he was. But just this weird feud that was just odd and amazing. Like, it was great to watch it all happening. Like, just the constant, almost like really shitty, like found footagey, like reality TV, like camera angles. The introduction of one of the best characters ever in Senior Benjamin, who loves preparing the battlefield for massacre. But just so many great things. There was the great parody response from EC3 and them lot, like doing the promo, but in like a hotel. Like, it took me back to the days when like wrestling was more more silly. Like, you had stupid stuff like this, and like Matt Hardy's wife throwing a baby doll at Jeff, and he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" There was a lot of that. There's a lot of great reactions of Jeff just being like, "What the hell is going on?" Like, he legit looked confused sometimes at what the fuck was going on in this stuff between him and Matt. But the final deletion itself, like the whole setup for it, the entire thing, it's just incredible to watch. And just Matt really obviously doesn't like Jeff's lawn so much that he sent his drone army, Vanguard 1. So there's just so much stuff. There was like all this great stuff surrounding it. And unfortunately, the match itself is kind of crappy. Like, there's some serious fuck ups, and there's just some stuff where it's a bit But all this stuff surrounding it, and like the story that it's telling, like, him Matt choking Jeff out with a ladder, yelling "Dalit, Dalit," and just he has a bunch of firework too, and he's gonna be like, "Brother Nero, it's over," and he has that moment where he realizes what Jeff's done, and it's like he breaks character just to go, "Oh shit," and run the fuck away to his it's a dilapidated boat. Telling you that will be in a Botchamania intro before you know it. It's a dilapidated boat. But overall, the final deletion stuff really funny. I hope it's done. I hope they don't try to turn this into a constantly big thing. It's like TNA caught lightning in the bottle and came up with something that was very entertaining. Like, when you want to talk about some of your top moments of this year, like, you're gonna have like your Sami Zayn Nakamura match, stuff like that. The final deletion has to be in that conversation just because of its entertainment value alone. It is so hilarious. And if you haven't watched the final deletion, I really recommend you go find it. There's so many ways to watch it with like great music added to it, like the My Brother thing from the Pokemon movie and stuff like that. There's just some great stuff. Maybe I should look up and see what they're doing. But I mean, that's TNA getting some praise. How often does that happen? But moving on to what has been happening recently. So we had the draft. Like, to be honest, I watched Money in the Bank, and it was great to see that Dean Ambrose cashed in and won the championship. I thought that was really awesome. But just with because I've changed stores like Kenny posted earlier, and just I've had trouble kind of keeping up with all the wrestling stuff at the moment. So it was kind of like keep hearing bits and bobs here, keeping up with stuff. And then obviously the draft happened. Saw like what came out of that, and was like, okay, everything seems interesting. Called up, they called up, I think, like the right people from NXT. So maybe Mojo Rawley. I'm all for names. But anyway, going into Battleground, which, oh my god, was I just kind of expecting this show to be. I expected nothing really from this show, because it was just like, alright, you're going to set up for SummerSlam. SummerSlam's in 4 weeks, and it's SummerSlam. You need to set up for SummerSlam. If SummerSlam doesn't beat this pay-per-view, they royally fucked up. Because this is probably one of the best pay-per-views they've done. Bar maybe 1 or 2 matches, like, this was such a good pay-per-view. It was like, they knew, like, okay, we're going into the brand split. We should end what we're doing right now. Send it off with a bit of a bang. And my god, did they send it off with a bang. Per usual, I didn't watch the pre-show, because I'm half the time I don't really care what's on the pre-show, and considering it was Breezango and the Usos, that's definitely why I didn't care about that. Like, Tyler Breeze, you're still getting money, but your gimmick doesn't work on the main show. I don't think it's never gonna get over, especially with you Tang fucking Fandango and the Usos. Just it's the Usos. But it seems like that match was, from what I heard, I haven't watched it, but that was the thing. And then we open with a women's tag team match. Charlotte and Dana Brooke against Sasha Banks and a mystery opponent who turned out to be Bayley, which was awesome. Like everyone was kind of like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be Bayley. It's gonna be Bayley. There's loads of Bayley signs in the crowd, but there was just that little doubt. Like, Nikki Bella's cleared. Do they really try to bring Nikki Bella back or something like that? I wasn't sure. But Bayley comes out, gets a huge reaction. It's really awesome to see her on a main show. It's even weirder to think a couple, like, I saw Bayley in Liverpool when NXT came to Liverpool a while back, and it was awesome. But really, really solid match all around. A lot of good spots, stuff like that. Dana Brooke still needs work. I think Dana Brooke's come up a bit too early, and it's just, I'm sorry. Okay, fine. Rick's gone, but you haven't really changed much, because you've just replaced Rick with a kiss ass who's got boobs and likes flexing a bunch. Like, Charlotte doesn't need someone with her to be a good heel. It makes her worse. It just does. She's better off on her own. She's proved before she doesn't need someone with her to make herself come out good. But that's how that goes. Sasha was able to get the bank statement, I believe it was, on Charlotte and make Charlotte tap out, which obviously was the thing. Like, okay, that's going to set up something, which we'll get to. But just a great moment, like great match, great reaction for Bayley. From what I believe, this isn't like her call up. This was just like a special thing, probably just to see what her reaction would be like. Because I believe, like I said, with me keeping up with wrestling, I haven't really kept up with NXT. So I think Bayley's still chasing down Asuka for the belt. I'll have to try to keep up. This is normally when I rely on Kenny for these sort of things. But yeah, very solid match, very enjoyable. Next, we move on to something that I really wasn't sure what to think about from what I'd been hearing about stuff. This is the Wyatt family, which is Bray, Rowan, and Strowman against the New Day. And obviously, it was that weird thing because, okay, Bray's going to SmackDown. Yeah, Rowan. I know Rowan stayed on Raw. No, Rowan stayed on SmackDown. So, but Strowman went over to Raw, I think it is. So it's that thing of, okay, the Wyatt family are breaking up after tonight. The Wyatt family ends, sort of thing, or the current Wyatt family. And they had once again another really solid match. Some really good stuff going on. Like it was great to actually be a 3-on-3 because you get to see the fact that Xavier can work and Xavier's really good. Like they should let Xavier wrestle more because and so good at conveying all those like emotions as characters, like telling the story that he's like he has these fears of Bray and like the part where like Bray just stares at him and he starts kneeling and stuff like that. There's just so much really good stuff going on there, which is a shame that's come to an end. But that's just how this stuff goes, I suppose. But I was actually quite surprising to see the Wyatt family got a win over the New Day. But I suppose it makes sense, the stable's ending, but you want to kind of send them off with a bang, sort of thing. And then obviously, like it keeps like the New Day are going to be over no matter what. Excuse me, but it helps give Bray just a bit of a. Oh, this Coke Zero keeps trying to burp me out. But yeah, it gives Wyatt a win to send off on to go on SmackDown, do better things. But once again, another solid match. Then we move on to Rusev against Zack Ryder for the United States Championship. And it's that thing of the more American looking you come out against Rusev, the bigger it is you're gonna fail pretty much. But everybody was of course obsessed with how Lana looked because it's Lana. But pretty good match. Zack Ryder has some good offense here and there. He was the thing that I like. To be honest, I haven't got moment to moment stuff here. I should have taken notes, but I didn't think at the time. But there was a lot of good little moments here, and just that moment where it's Zack Ryder almost gets out the accolade. I've never seen anyone do that. Being able to have that moment of they start getting back to their feet. And it was just and then of course Rusev just fucking flings himself back, and Zack Ryder's just bending off, and it's he's got to tap out. He's got no choice. But I was once again another really solid match. Then we move on to what is without a shadow of a doubt the best night of the match. Best night of the match? Match of the night. Oh boy. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Oh my fucking god. This match was fucking incredible. As pretty much any time these two get together is. This is supposedly the end of their rivalry. After this, they're kind of doing that Randy Orton, John Cena thing of okay, you guys have fought so much, we're going to stop it. Which I hope they stick with because this is such a perfect end to it. This was such a good match. It was that thing of basically since Sami came to Raw, it's that thing of he's just fuck you, Kevin. You made me. You took the title off me in a real dirty way. You were my best friend. You stabbed me in the back and all that. And it's just really kind of come out in this thing of Sami is just pissed and wants to kill Kevin Owens. And there's obviously you've got all the history. There's that really nice package of them. Here's the lead up to the match of them. It's just them just here's all the stuff they've gone through and all the stuff like that. And it really is that thing, like, these guys have been doing this for ages. That's why they're so good at it. And they just tore the house down. Like, there's, like, Kevin Owens, once again, just, he is one of the best people to watch work. He's like one of the best. I've never, like, he's a bad guy, but you will never boo Kevin Owens. If you boo Kevin Owens, it's for some shitty reason. Like, he's so good at what he's a perfect heel. Because he knows just how to, like, get reactions. Like, he'll do his little courteous bows, he'll take the piss out of the Ole chant. Like, they start doing the Ole chants, oh, that's real cute. Throw Sammy to the floor and be like, Ole, Ole. Like, he's like, he just, I love the fact whenever he's trash talking, you can hear him trash talk. Like, you know, he has Sammy in, like, a submission hold, and the rest saying, like, what do you say, Sammy? Does he give me? And Kevin's just going, yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's just great at what he does. It's always a treat to just have happen, basically. The brain buster on the apron, fucking hell, that was incredible to watch, and I got really worried. I was like, oh dear. And of course, Sammy hurts his arm, and they work that. If Sammy hurting his arm was a botch, and they just decided to change that botch into a spot and work it, that's great from both of them. Because I think that's what they did. I would like to think that's what they did. Because it changed everything. Because Kevin just then focuses on the arm so much, and it's just great chemistry between the two. I like the fact that it's like there's still a chance some stuff will happen with them because they're on the same show. They're both on Raw, but just great stuff. And the ending of it, like the first, like Sammy gets Owens in the corner and is setting up for the haluva kick, and it's like, okay, he's tried a couple of times, he's missed it, and he hits this one, but there's that moment where he's in the other side and he stops. And I saw there was like an image of it, and it was like that moment, and like comes all these images of them like constantly hitting each other, like through their career and that. And it's like, you could totally believe that was what's going through Sammy's head. Like, we've gone through so much. Hits the kick, and like he like grabs Owens, like Owens is gonna fall, and he like holds him up. And it's almost like there's like Sammy's been like, do I be compassionate? Or do I just bury this and make sure this is it? This is done. Everything is done. And he goes, no, this is done. Sets him up and fucking kicks him in the face again, getting the win on it. And it's just incredible, like incredible to just have happen, basically. Great match. And so, like, it's 18 minutes just worth of great action going on. Seriously, like, if you haven't seen this pay-per-view, you should totally watch it. Stop what you're doing and watch it. Especially because I'm going to spoil it all for you. Of course, the next match, you know. So we've had this constantly thing of everything going pretty well. And then we've got basically the two matches that kind of sucked. Moving on to Natalya versus Becky Lynch. Natalya does not work as a heel. She doesn't. She cannot be a heel. I don't know what it is. Anytime she tries, she just doesn't. It's just like she's trying to be all smug and soaking in the heat from the crowd and anything. It just doesn't work. And just this match was just kind of meh. I'm like, Becky Lynch, I don't know what. It's just like, give her a chance. Like, it feels like you're just kind of letting her. I know I'll get to that, but it's just like she's constantly just being. It's just like being said, she's constantly being beaten down. Like this match, just I don't know. Nothing about this match really felt special. I will admit I can't remember a lot of moments from Battleground. because I've only seen it the once, and obviously it's been a couple of days removed. But yeah, this match just kind of came and went. I mean, it's awesome that they had two women's matches. One women's tag team match, and then this. Obviously, it does raise the question: why wasn't the championship defended? But of course, that's another thing we'll get to. I can't really think of anything else. That match is 9 minutes, and I can't remember much of anything apart from any time Natalia tries to be heelish. It just doesn't really come off well. I don't like hearing Becky Lynch yell "Fire!" because it reminds me of like the video game Worms, because and stuff like that, where they would just make really really silly noises and stuff like that. But I don't know. That was kind of a bit of a skipping a dip, and then there the Intercontinental title match. I don't know. I really don't know about this. I still don't know how this match ended. I don't know. Did someone lose? Was it a no contest? Was someone disqualified? So you got Miz with Maurice against Darren Young with Bob Backlund, which is at least nice to see Bob Backlund about. But they kind of having the match is pretty bog standard for the most part, and then Maurice gets involved at one point, causing Darren to get knocked down and stuff like that. I can't remember what leads to it, but there's a moment where it's Maurice and Bob Backlund having a stare down, and then she does the thing she fell on the floor and is yelling to me. It's oh, he hit me, nah, nah, nah. And then Miz comes out. That's what it was. She shoved Bob to the floor, I think. And then he gets up and gets in her face or something. And he tried to do the thing where he ripped his shirt off, and that must have been embarrassing for him. I bet he wished he could have gone back and not done that, because his shirt gets stuck. So he's just got his shirt just hanging off the front of him in his suspenders, and it's just you walked in on the worst stripper hire ever. You're just what the fuck is happening? And then Miz he shoves Backlund to the floor, and then Darren Young gets involved, puts him in the crossface chicken wing, gets him on the floor, doesn't give up, then the bell goes, refs come, Darren Young shoves a ref, which is okay. And it's just he got incensed, and they were just I don't know what happened with this match. I have no idea how. I still don't know what the result of it was really. Does this technically say? Okay, so it says here that Miz won, but if that's the case, they didn't so according to that, Miz won, but it ends with Darren Young's music playing because they're the ones still standing tall. It was a clusterfuck. It was really weird. It was definitely the point when those two matches were when my interest just dropped, and just kind of was going through the motions of checking a lot of stuff. Then we move on to the penultimate match of the night, the 6-man tag team match. The Club versus John Cena, Enzo, and Cass. Enzo Goddamn Amore is officially one of the best mic workers ever, because he can just go on forever, and it was great because when he's in the ring doing his promo stuff, calling out the club and that, and just what Cena's just I'm just letting this happen, and he's just reacting and stuff, and even Cass just has that look of where the fuck are we going with this? And just, never, don't eat yellow snow, don't let your kids wear Crocs and stuff like that. But, there was a lot of great moments from this match from like Enzo showing that he is somebody who will, he will be somebody who's technically can sometimes like do like dirty things and cheat, but you'll love him just because he's over with the crowd, and obviously so is Cass. And like the Cena chants weren't like the "Let's go Cena," like the Cena suck stuff wasn't that loud, which was nice. Cena had a good match as well. Like he didn't get involved in it for quite a while. The club very good, and this was another thing of Gallows and Anderson going to Raw, AJ's going to SmackDown, so there's another like end of, but it's not really the end of the club, but just some more great spots and stuff like that. There's a great moment when Cena and Cass are knocked out, AJ's knocked out, and it's Enzo and Anderson and Gallows in the ring, and just Enzo just has that thing of, fuck it, come on, let's go. There's no like, no, I'm not gonna run away, and they're like, oh yeah, you sure you want some of this run away? And he's like, no, fuck it, bring it, let's see what happens, and just gladly shows himself, just going for it. Another really enjoyable match, basically, like just great fun, lots of great fun. I like the finish, like Cena doing the AA off the turnbuckle looked nice, and AJ definitely got some height off that. It is that sort of thing, like people kind of do their finish stuff at the end. I still always just get worried whenever I watch anyone take the Styles Clash, because obviously it's that thing like you hear about how people can get hurt from that, and if you watch it too closely, you worry someone's not going to take it right. But moving on to the main event of Battleground, the Shield Triple Threat, which has been on everyone's wanted list for basically since Seth betrayed the Shield. Like, everyone has wanted this stuff of when's the moment when the three of them are going to have this massive blow off? And obviously, because you've had the stuff of Roman Reigns was suspended for the month because of his wellness violation, which also really almost kind of signified like maybe the whole Reigns push is going to end, because like he doesn't do like his stuff with the crowd anymore, and they're just kind of. I think he's definitely doing nothing of like he's taking his he's definitely having to be a bit humble and just take what's going on. Like the crowd, like very much only wanted to see Seth and Dean fighting each other, and like like there was a couple of moments where it's like Dean and Reigns beat up on Seth, and then you have that moment when Seth and Dean just start. It's almost childish because they're just kind of like, it's almost like kiddie, like just keep going on him in the corner, just constantly whacking him. But it was a great moment. Everybody lost their shit when they just double teamed on him. Like they tease going for the power bomb, and it just sets everyone off. Like, and like Reigns, like he has his moments, and then he gets put through the table, and the match gets a lot better. Like one of the problems with Reigns, every match he's in starts off so slow. Like it's like, and it only gets interesting when the match is coming to an end. That's like when the fire picks up and like the pace picks up. It's like everything's such a slow start, and it's like it shouldn't be like, yeah, okay, there's some matches, yeah, fine, slow, but like something like this should be right from the get go. Everybody is just giving it their all, just trying to murder each other. Seth tries to murder Dean with the chair. Like he straight up, like they put Reigns through the table, and they were like, yeah, we did it. And then Seth just fucking gets a chair and just smacks Dean again, and I was like, oh god, it's like the betrayal again. And just when did triple threats always become no disqualifications? Like, I know, like Michael Cole says it, but it's like, wouldn't that be a specific, like, wouldn't that be a good thing to like build to? Like, okay, you have a triple threat, and then you have a triple threat that's no DQ. But I suppose I like doing spots in triple threats, stuff like that. It's easy for people to, like, be outside and take a break. But just some great moments, and obviously, like, you've got your Raw, you got Steph and Mick, and Brian and Shane, like, on the outside watching it and everything like that, which is really weird. Because obviously, once they get through the table, they're like on the sides, out the way. But once again, another really solid match, lots of good stuff. And because I was expecting like a false finish, like something to happen, and we have this match again at SummerSlam. That's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, the Shield, like, because this is a big match, like having the Shield go for a triple threat. I thought this would have been saved for SummerSlam, or like you do something here with it and have it again at like higher stakes, which they're not. Reigns took a loss clean. Like he gets his little offense, he gets his Superman punches in, he Superman punches Seth, then he spears him, and it's like it's all, and it's like, okay, it's all set and done. Then Reigns gets hit with the dirty deeds by Dean, pins him 1, 2, 3. There's like no like shenanigans or anything. It's a clean victory. Like Reigns, it's something like, okay, yeah, you done fucked up. You're taking this loss clean, which was just weird because I thought it'd be like, okay, you tease us with this once and then you do it again. Because I was so hyped for the idea of these three coming together. I loved watching the Shield stuff back when it was going on. But yeah, like just Reigns straight up having to take the loss clean. Then of course everyone celebrates the. It was really weird because Daniel Bryan, Shane get in the ring, and then like the Smackdown locker room come out all to cheer him, including like you got like Miz, Zack Ryder, his hype bro dude, and like him and Rusev. Who I also, just jumping back to that Zack Ryder match, Mojo Rawley, that was it. He just came out. Hey, it wouldn't be a Dragon Bomb without jumping a tangent, would it? But yeah, after like he just destroys Zack Ryder with the accolade, Mojo Rawley comes out, gets in Rusev's face, and just yells, "Hype, bro! Come on, bro! Hype!" And Rusev just has a look of pure confusion. He's like, "What? Who? What are you?" And just goes. He's like, "Nah," but he's just confused. But that was odd. But that goes to my point because like Rusev comes out, like everyone, like people who have like matches, like they're all in, like the heels are in the ring. Eric Rowan came out to celebrate in the sheep mask, and it was like, why isn't he? He's a bad guy, like. Or is everyone united because the title's going to Smackdown? Which, you know, it is. It was awesome. I'm really surprised they did that. But yeah, overall Battleground, a very, very solid pay-per-view. Like, apart from the Natalya Becky Lynch match and what happened with Miz and Darren Young, like, it was a great show. Like, those are the only two downsides. Oh, the highlight reel spot segment with Randy Orton coming back was funny. I don't know how much of that was scripted, but like when Randy Orton like like Jericho's like shooting shit across at him, and he's like, you've been gone for 9 months. Your first match is going to be against Brock Lesnar. You're going to get destroyed. And just Randy just goes, yeah, but it's not like I'm coming back after a long time and losing the Fandango. And it's just there's that moment where all the oxygen just got sucked in by the crowd because they're all like, whoa, shots fired, and all that shit. And like Jericho's laughing about it, and then like it's like he's gonna take you to Suplex City. It's the weird thing. It's like I don't know why they had to do it this way, but I guess like Paul Heyman is still with the company, I believe. I think he's still doing that stuff for Lesnar. And like, why is he not there to hype it up? Why are they using Jericho? Like on SmackDown, like why do they use Miz to hype it up? Like, why are they using these other people to promote this match? Is that just because Heyman's not making an appearance and Lesnar's obviously not there? And of course, you got the biggest of all shots fired when he's like Jericho's like, oh yeah, you'll get 10 Suplex City, and Randy's like, yeah, it'll take like 20. He takes like 20 suplexes or whatever to get to Suplex City, but it only takes one RKO to get the Viperville. They're trying to get Viperville to be a thing, but then just slight pause and just no enhancement needed, and it's just like, oh wow. I don't know if Randy's stuff was scripted or not. If it wasn't, he did really well. If it was scripted, it was well written. It was well scripted. Like it hit the right beats. It didn't seem too shitty, basically. But that is Battleground, and obviously, like you got your first match set up for SummerSlam from a while ago. Obviously, you got Randy versus Brock Lesnar. And yeah, there's the constant teasing, like Jericho's like, oh, you're gonna RKO me out of nowhere, and like he keeps like teasing, like, you're gonna do it now, you're gonna do it now. And as the segment's going to end, Jericho turns away. Randy straight just grabs him, turns him around, and Jericho's like, like cowering. Randy starts laughing, and that the minute it's like, okay, you know what's gonna happen, but he's like practically on the floor laughing, and it's out of nowhere. Bam, RKO. It was great. It was a great moment. It's a shame they didn't really have him wrestle. Maybe he just wasn't feeling up for it. But it was nice to see Randy Orton back. I will admit, he has been missed, and he's on SmackDown, so that's cool. Well, yeah. Moving on to Monday Night Raw. So from the get-go, brand new intro and everything like that. Like we're getting everything is brand new, new theme and everything like that. It was pretty nice. It's got that once again that sort of like weird like. This doesn't make sense. It's only because I was watching it. And it feels like a very like Robot Wars entrance. It's like everything's like metal clanging together and stuff like that. But yeah, new intro. The announcers, they're in a new position. It's very much similar to how kind of how it was done for like NXT and stuff like that. They're like off to the side of the entranceway. Obviously, JBL's gone to SmackDown, so Corey Graves is now with Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, which thank God, because having Saxton, JBL on the same commentary team is the goddamn worst, because. And I mean, I just don't like JBL as a heel commentator. Corey Graves is so much better. Like, he will be a heel, but he's not a stupid heel. He won't do things that to me go, oh, fucking hell, don't be dumb. But yeah, and like, so right from the get-go, we have Mick Foley come out to the ring and Stephanie come out to the ring. They call out the entire roster onto the ramp, and they obviously do the thing of like, okay, so you've all been here. We obviously want to make Raw the best, so we're going to make a brand new title specifically for the Raw brand. Could they? Because obviously Dean's got the belt on SmackDown, so that's going to be the SmackDown belt. And the name of the new championship is stupid. The WWE Universal Belt. Universal title. Like, it's just kind of meh. I know you can't go back and calling it the World Heavyweight Championship or anything again, but the Universal title just... I don't know. To me, it just sounds a bit silly. But obviously they've got to say, okay, so we have a new belt. We have to set things up for it. So we're going to have 2 Fatal 4-Ways tonight. And the winner of those 2 Fatal 4-Ways then go into the main event of Raw. And they'll have a match. And the winner of that will take on Seth Rollins for the Universal title. And Steph had no problem throwing Roman Reigns under the bus about this, because it's like, you lost the belt for us. Because you had to try to screw over Seth. You lost the belt. Like, she very much threw Roman under the bus. Because it's your fault that the belt's at SmackDown, blah, blah, blah. Like, just straight up berating him to hell. But he's going to be in one of the Fatal 4-Ways. So you have Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Chris Jericho, and Cesaro in the first Fatal 4-Way match. And then the second one, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Machka, Kevin Owens. And then you have the debut of Mr. Finn Balor. Balor. Finn Balor comes out and everyone just loses their shit. There's a great image of, like, it's like Seth, I think it's Devon and like R-Truth looking at him, and it almost looks like they're kind of perving on him in a way. But just the reaction from the crowd, it was just everybody lost their minds over just the fact, like, holy shit, this is it. This is Finn's now on Raw. Finn's on the main show. And similar to how it was like the idea of like seeing Bayley in NXT Liverpool, seeing Finn and then be like, that's him now on Monday Night Raw. That's awesome. And then obviously you've got then they also announced that Stephanie says, like, Charlotte, come forward, blah blah blah. You have brought the women's championship to Raw and stuff like that. And then they announce a championship match against Sasha Banks, which I'm like, hell yeah, awesome. And then we go into the first match, which is I believe the first match is the Reigns, Rusev, Owens, Finn Balor match, and just Finn just got such a reaction from his intro, as he deserved, because it was just awesome. He just, just a great fatal 4-way between them. Reigns definitely does seem like he's just, it just seems like that's how it's going. I think I got the lineup wrong, actually, because it's oh man, I can't remember exactly how these are. This list doesn't have it right. Finn's in the first match and Roman's in the second match. I know that. Here we go. So yeah, Cesaro versus Rusev versus Balor versus Owens, and then Zayn, Sheamus, Reigns, and Jericho. So, excuse me. Like, from the get-go, it's something like, okay, granted, like, you're doing a talking segment, but you're opening into something awesome. You've got a good debut here. Like, you're building for stuff to be awesome. And yeah, just Finn's reaction was amazing. Like, everybody lost their shit. Lots of good spots, and just there's towards the end when he kicks Rusev into the corner, like he kicks him into someone else. I think Finn kicks Rusev into KO because KO's in the corner and he moves out, and then he kicks Rusev again, and he goes into the corner at such a speed, and just bounces off, and is like proper like, ooh, ouch, and then hits the coup de grace, and was just great. There was a great frog splash from Kevin Owens that kind of came out of nowhere. Like the way it was angled, he gets hit. I think Rusev plants him or something. Someone plants him, and then out of nowhere, just Kevin Owens just flies out and just completely takes him down. It's awesome. Cesaro had some good moments. He got the swing on Rusev. But yeah, Balor wins the match and is going on to the main event. Very, very entertaining. Great match. Next up was Nia Jax coming out for like her first match, and like Nia Jax has some serious talent, and I was so disappointed that she was put up in a squash match against some like I don't even know who it was. Like it was just her. She just beat up some poor girl basically, and it was like, why not like feed it to somebody, like feed her someone who's like, you know, a bit more known. Like I'm sure like Alicia Fox. I think Alicia Fox is still on Raw. Feed Alicia Fox to her, as opposed to just some random person who had like it was like who what okay. But hopefully this isn't a thing that keeps going. Hopefully they allow Nia Jax to have some decent matches with some actual people who like matter. But then we've got the little segment before the women's championship match of R-Truth playing Pokemon Go because hey, Pokemon Go is popular. But it like Sasha gets really, because like she's there stretching, getting ready, and like they just come up and it's like they're holding up the phone and she's like, "Are you trying to take a picture?" And he's like, "No, we're playing Pokemon Go. Oh, there's a Pikachu over there," and then he runs off and Sasha, she looks like she's trying not to laugh, but it's like, I need to be serious. And then there's like a little promo going on, but Sasha looks ready. And then the second Fatal 4-Way kicks off, and there was a lot of like close moments in this one, but it was the thing going into it. So it's like in this match you got Chris Jericho, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, or Roman Reigns. It's like two of those are definitely not going to win this match. Sheamus ain't going to win it, and Chris Jericho for sure isn't going to win it. Without a shadow of a doubt, those two were not going to win this match. So it was like, okay, it's Sami Zayn or Roman Reigns. I was like, you're not going to pull the carpet that far out from Reigns. So it was like, okay, it's probably going to lead up to Reigns winning, which he does, but it was pretty rapid. Reigns and Zayn did a lot of decent stuff for it. Just skipping through some of it. You know, Reigns still getting booed. I do want, like, it is that thing. It's like, what? I'm not really sure what they're doing. But yeah, I think they have to like put him through. Like, you need to kind of grovel a bit before you get back. You know, like they obviously want to make people like Reigns again. So but he's like on nuclear level heat. He's on heat that is like you're hated so much. Like you could like be a thing like, oh, there's an old granny about to get hit by a car. Roman Reigns, save the old granny, and they would still be like, boo, boo. Roman Reigns must be Dally dead, and stuff like that. But if they're able to turn it round, like if anyone can, WWE can pull it off. They do it right, but they kind of have to drag him through the doghouse a bit, and I think he has to kind of just own it and be like, yeah, okay, I effed up. I broke the wellness policy. I got suspended. Like he has to just kind of go through this section right now. I will admit, I was asleep during the New Day promo with Sonny Boy. I didn't like it. Started off okay, and then it went on and on and on, and then I think the club showed up and beat him up, and I'm guessing Sonny Boy ran away. It was a match between Neville and Curtis Axel. Like once again, like this, I was taking a break from watching it, but I mean, at least it's good to see that Neville's back. I didn't actually watch that match, so that I can't say anything about. There was another Pokemon Go segment. Oh my god! See, this is I kind of skipped this stuff out, but apparently, R-Truth and Goldust trying to get a Jigglypuff from Bob Buckland's bow tie. The Pokemon stuff was kind of it was like they were trying to catch the hype for it because like last week I think there were Pokemon Go signs in the crowd and stuff, but then we got that title match. This title match that had some spots in it that I was convinced Sasha was going to kill herself when she took that dive. And the same with Charlotte doing that fucking flip, like, there's just stuff happening. I was like, oh man, how did you two not kill each other? God damn it, Sasha, you're great to watch though. Great little bit, because obviously it's Sasha's out on her own. Charlotte still has Dana Brooke, and then like Charlotte had like chucked Sasha to the ground. She gets the title and gets in her face with it. It's like, you don't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. Sasha kicks the title out of her hand, smacks Charlotte, and she gets back in the ring. And then Dana tries to get involved. And like, I think Sasha had the title, and her reaction is to just throw it in the air and just collapse, like proper tribute to Eddie Guerrero. And it was just funny because she just went bonk. And the ref's like, oh, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You get out. The crowd love it. She's laughing. It was great. It was just perfect. So then we finally had the thing of Charlotte doesn't have any help. So it's just those two. The match went on for a bit. And then it came to just Sasha getting in the bank statement. Charlotte having no choice but to tap. And it was awesome that a title that like it's a thing that both these shows, like the first shows of the split have done, like they didn't hold, they wanted to just do as much as they can and just open with like the biggest opening, like changing the women's title on the show. Great idea. Because you've got Finn Balor debuting, which is awesome, and then you have Sasha Banks being your women's champion, who has kind of like been set to take that for a while. I don't know, like these two are bound to have a rematch at SummerSlam, which will be good because watching these two work will be amazing. They're always good to watch. Crowd starts chanting a "You deserve it" chant, and Sasha's very much happy about it, but like it was great because the crowd was involved in the match, which is it's always a problem with women's matches. Like sometimes the crowd just don't care, but the crowd got into it and was happy. I don't know anyone who would have been unhappy with that result. Then we move on to another goddamn squash match, which was even worse than the Nia Jax one. Because, like, okay, Braun Strowman against some dude, I've already forgotten his name, and they're basically billing Braun Strowman like a monster. Like, they interview the guy who looks like you did create a wrestler and you set all the sliders to minimum height to the lowest you could set. He's like a twig, and he's like, oh, you never know if I manage to pull off an upset. And it's like, why are you letting this guy talk? Like, don't give him any. Just no, you're here to get squished on. Braun Strowman's going to squish you. He did. He's a monster, which, big surprise. We knew that. That's kind of how he's always been built. But I think he's like cut his hair, but he's still got the beard. But, they're trying to make him a big thing. More Pokemon Go stuff, which involved R-Truth mistaking the Penguins logo for a Pokemon. Enzo and Big Cass having another nice little promo, nice little good work. That and it was just like a let's kill some time match, and have them just still have them be their whole how you doing stuff and get over. It was against the Shining Stars, I think it is, yeah. Which the match got interrupted by R-Truth running into the ring looking for a Pokemon. Like, it's like, I don't like it when they do like, here we're gonna kind of clamp onto the pop culture stuff, because it just makes it seem lame. Like, once like wrestling start trying to do it, unless they go like, it's hard to make it work. You're crossing the line of being super silly or super stupid. But then we have a little backstage bit between Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. And Roman's like, good luck. And Finn's like, I'm Irish, I invented luck. And then just, I'm Samoan, enough said, walks away. It's like, good little backstage bit that sets it up like Roman. He's not fucking around. He's not being like, okay. He's just like, no, I'm here to do this. I'm here to try to build myself back up. I don't believe there was any booing, but this was a great match. For like the first time that these two had this was the first time like these two had kind of come together. But sorry. Yeah, it's first time these two work together, so obviously it's like, it's not going to be like burn the house down, but it was solid enough. It was the thing, like, while watching, it's like, surely you're not just going to throw Reigns back into this for for getting back into like, oh, he's going to go right up against Seth straight again, like, and I don't see that happening. That would have all the goodwill that was built up from this show would have been destroyed if Reigns had basically beaten Finn. Like, that is how it would have gone. They would have been like, oh, fuck you, you're doing this again, you're shoving him down our throats. But Roman takes it well. He gets pinned once again. Another clean pin. Like, no big thing about it. So now we have, for the Universal Belt, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Like, this match could be amazing. These two are both great people. I don't know if they've ever worked together in the past, but this could be very, very interesting to watch. Reigns has a nice little message after he loses. He's like, I hope Finn beats Rawlins. And then I would like a chance at him again. I respect him. It's like, okay. They're doing that thing of Reigns has been kicked to the bottom of the top. He's been kicked down as far as he can. Like, they're not kicking him into the mid card, but he's as low as he can be. And it's like they're slowly trying to build him up. He's like, I respect. He's like, I respect. I respect what Finn did. I respect that dude. It should be a good match. But a very, very good Raw, great opening sort of thing. It was like, okay, we need to do what we can, set this up. And I feel like they've set themselves up pretty well. Like, obviously, there was a couple of spots I obviously kind of zoned out on or was busy, not paying attention to. But great opener. Like, for all things considered, like it was like following on from Battleground, and obviously with this being the first show of the brand split. Okay, and you haven't got the champ. Like, you need to show your strongest hand first. Like, because you don't have Dean Ambrose, so you can't get that reaction of when Dean Ambrose comes out like, hey, I've still got the title. So they have to rely on doing different things, and I feel like they did that well. Corey Graves was great on commentary, pretty much. And Saxton was able to kind of get over a bit better because he didn't have JBL constantly being JBL, which is good because I do wonder if there was something between them two because they just never did gel well together. And on Smackdown, which I'm gonna get to next, JBL was fine. There was a couple of moments here or there, but he was nowhere near as annoying as he was on when he had to deal with Saxton. But title match, probably the best night. The women's title match, probably the best match of that night. Very, very awesome to see a title change on the show. Sasha deserves it. And then, right now, we need to get on to the Smackdown results, which I'm trying to get up. But opens up pretty similar. Instead of this opened with the Daniel Bryan and Shane in the back, kind of talking to the camera and going out through the curtain, crowd getting hype, and we have the thing of they do the whole welcome thing, walk down to the ring, and the SmackDown roster is surrounding the ring. So they get in, and it's like, oh, okay, so Shane drops one of the biggest things straight away. All SmackDown, an exclusive SmackDown pay-per-view, September 11th, which, Backlash, which is what they're calling it, which I don't know when the last time I heard Backlash. We've got the new commentary team of Ranallo, JBL, and David Otunga, who, fair play. You know what? He actually was alright on the commentary throughout the show. He had his moments, he was quite quiet, but I thought he was fine. Probably still getting into it, getting used to it. But so yeah, you got Dean Ambrose comes out to the ring because they're all doing here's the champ, the champ, the one who won a Battleground. He brought the title to SmackDown, and once again you've got so you got the entire roster surrounding the ring, but you've still got your heel people there who would be why would Eric Rowan be here? Why would Baron Corbin be at the ring? And why would The Miz in his stupid getup be there? That was kind of weird, but that's just how it. AJ Styles, who at the moment's kind of meant to be kind of heely. Why would he be here? Yay, well done. But so obviously Dean needs an opponent for SummerSlam, so they have to okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a 6-pack challenge. So it's kind of was setting up for the similar sort of setup. You could actually kind of break these shows down kind of bit by bit if they're kind of copying each other. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. So it it was kind of a formulaic, but instead of 2 fatal 4-ways, it's this 6-pack challenge. So participants, as they start going around the ring and announcing, and so it's like you have John Cena, Bray Wyatt, like he hasn't got his like hillbilly trousers on anymore. They're more like combats, and he had like this giant jacket on. He looked less like I run a cult on the middle of a farm and we're all kind of backwards, and he looked more like some like Swedish death metal singer sort of thing like that, which is a small change, but I liked. Dolph Ziggler, who got a massive reaction when he got announced for being in it. Baron Corbin, who got a bit of a nah. AJ Styles obviously got a big reaction. And then it's like, oh, that's only 5. So where do we go from there? Well, we'll do a battle royal for all, which is weird because they're saying for all of you have a chance, and it's like, well, not all of them, because obviously the women don't have a chance to go for the title. It'd be fun. It'd be interesting if they, acknowledged that and, like, I don't know, one of the girls got in the ring, like, no, but So we have our Battle Royal. That's the first match. Battle Royal, and the winner of that goes on into the 6-pack challenge. An interesting thing for this SmackDown used some new camera angle, and it's only mainly in like one on the side, but when the promos that are going on and like where they're all facing the camera, it's on that side. But it's like a constant slowly moving camera. I really like it because it's static, but it's still moving slowly, and it's not like quick cuts. So you can, and it's not, I think, constantly focusing on one bit of the action. Granted, if stuff's on the other side of the ring, you can't really see it. But I thought it was a nice little thing. It's just constant, they still have obviously some of their normal camera angles, but it's like a slow, just swaying left to the right on this it's kind of centered on this one corner of the ring, and so you kind of still feel like you're getting the whole sense of it, which is good. I think for big matches works because obviously you get to see a little bit of everything that's going on. But you start eliminating people. It was a pretty quick battle royal. And then your last 3 come down to it was Kane, Kalisto, Zack Ryder, and Apollo Crews. Kane pretty much wrecked house, just kind of throwing people around. Kane, does his typical thing of eliminating people. He eliminates Ryder, Kalisto, and then when it comes to trying to get rid of Crews obviously does the thing of he's pushing me towards the rope, I'll grab the rope. Kane goes over, so Apollo Crews into the 6-pack challenge. Does a little flip outside the ring. Another thing they've been doing as well, they're doing the interview segments after matches. The minute that this match was done, Renee Young was interviewing Apollo Crews. Same thing happened with Reigns. They interviewed him the minute he lost to Finn. And I'm guessing it's so to kind of, I don't know what they're trying to do with it. I guess it stops it being too scripted. Because obviously they have to kind of think on their feet because they've just worked a match. But I think Crews going through for the for the final one in that pack is good. There was a really bad botch by Zack Ryder, horribly bad. The commentary crew had to call out. He's gonna jump from the top rope and do an elbow drop or something, and then he slips and just kind of plumps to the floor while still doing the elbow drop motion. Lands and then just goes, "No, I'm just gonna punch you instead," which is kind of killed a lot of his rhythm. So yeah, your main event SmackDown, you have Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, and Apollo Crews. So it's a pretty solid match. You got some you got something like your more like constant, like the people who've been here for a while. Like you got Bray, you got Cena, Ziggler, and you got like your new people. You got Corbin, Cruz, and AJ. Promo for Shelton Benjamin coming back, which, granted, yeah, he's obviously getting on there a bit, but hey, that's cool. That could be some very interesting stuff. Really nice little promo by Dolph Ziggler. It was like a backstage, like it's in a room. So they did this for everyone. Actually, no, they didn't. They only did it for I think 4 of them. But it was a nice it's like one of those like this one I'm gonna win tonight, and it just sounded like Ziggler kind of spoke from heart. It was like it's very much like, I've done everything I can. I've let things slip. I've missed the mark several times, and just he sounds committed to going for it. And it's like, okay, that was very nice. Then we have Becky versus Natty again. So I'm already like so on the fence of like I'm gonna load something up on my PS4 or something while this is happening because I don't care about Becky fighting Natalia or trying to get revenge, which she does. She gets a disarmer on it in a really weird, like, little rumble on the floor. And then this was weird. So that happens. And everyone's like, yeah. And then Alexa Bliss comes out and starts, yelling and being like, this I'm going to be the one that's best. And Naomi comes out saying, "Oh, you can't talk that shit if you haven't been in the ring." Also, really, I'm still surprised Naomi's still a thing. Then I think it was Carmella came out, and then Eva Marie came out, and oh my god, Eva Marie's thing was just the worst. I have like epic movie announcer guy saying she's dazzling, amazing, splendid. It's just like somebody had a thesaurus open, like, how many more words about how hot and amazing she is, blah, blah, blah. And she just stood there and was like, ooh. And then it cut. There was like, I don't really know what that was about. I mean, maybe it's the teasing, like, I don't know what to do with the women on SmackDown. Like, the fact that the women's division has been split, like, do they create another women's title? Like, I don't. Is the roster going to be big enough for that? I mean, there's a chance it probably does. I can't, but that'll be interesting to see what happens. Baron Corbin's like, I'm going to win for myself. No one else. Don't care. The Miz TV segment. Once again, another thing of, right. He starts talking about it and is like, oh, Legend Killer and stuff like that. And he's obviously hinting at Randy Orton, but then he starts interviewing himself, which is funny. It was funny of him kind of interviewing himself like that because he was getting up between the 2 chairs, which is funny. And then Orton comes out and starts talking shit, and obviously they're going to start building the hype for Orton versus Lesnar. And like Randy says like, okay, yeah. He's saying like it's my first like pay-per-view match, but it doesn't have to be my first match at all. So he challenges Miz to a match, and he says, no, you don't just get a chance for the title like that. He's like, no, not for the title. Let's just have friendly competition, blah, blah, blah. Miz says no, because obviously the crowd want it, and Miz is a bad guy. And then a couple of little piss takes, like, who's the actual man in the relationship between Miz and Maurice, and calls that to question. So Maurice obviously accepts the match on Randy's behalf, on Miz's behalf. And then it was a really good thing because it's like obviously going in for the Randy Orton Lesnar match. Lesnar's gonna kill Randy, like he's gonna fling him about. It's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of just a beatdown. And that was what happened here. Like Orton, hurts his shoulder in the match, and Miz just goes to work on it. And they keep doing this thing of he's constantly just working on his arm, and it's like, oh. And obviously then you do that thing like, oh, is Randy coming back too early? Is his shoulder too bad? Blah, blah, blah. And then like he's constantly beating him outside the ring. He throws Randy in the ring, goes to get him, and then boom, out of nowhere, RKO, just boom, crowd go nuts. And then because everyone's like, oh, that's it, and it's like you think that's going to be it, and he like crawls on the floor. He's like selling his shoulder, and he lies on he's like leaning against the ropes, and then like you have that thing that, okay, you can tell Randy's going to that place, and he slowly just builds up. He does the whole, he's going to that place, Miz gets back up, and just another RKO. It was great. It was a great story match. Like there's not like there wasn't a lot of like actual like good ring work going on, but just the thing of Orton knows how to do this really well, just perfectly well. And there's going to be it. I apologize for that. And it'll be interesting because obviously, like, with Lesnar being drafted to Raw, like, they obviously had to hype this stuff up with the 2 on 1 different shows. I think they announced Lesnar was going to be at Raw next week. But it's like, they're doing the right thing with Randy because that's his thing, is like they said, hashtag out of nowhere. Like, it's his thing to just, like, equalize it straight, like, from nowhere. Like, you could almost believe that one RKO out of nowhere could actually allow him to beat Lesnar. Be like a guy at the right time, sort of thing. Promo for American Alpha. They're debuting next week, which should be good. Once again, American Alpha, really, really good. Really, really good tag team from NXT. And then, I can't remember, there was like some other, like, I think it was like just some other random dude in the ring. And then Heath Slater gets in just runs into the ring, kicks him out, and starts like, I like the idea of him just kind of like showing up, being like, screw you guys, why has nobody picked me? Was able to get a crowd doing a sign Heath Slater chant, like, very good on the mic, like, very good from Heath Slater, like, just dumb, and like getting everyone behind him because he's angry because obviously he didn't get drafted. He's pissed. And it's like, he's like saying like, I'm the hottest free agent in sports entertainment. And then Shane comes out and is like, you realize we're live, like doing this is a bad idea. Like, with thing taped, this is live, and send in a resume if you want to apply for a job and stuff like that. And the thing I loved was Heath Slater taking credit for the Nexus and the core. It was like, if Wade Barrett was still here, I would have loved if like Wade Barrett came back and just clocked him. Like, yeah, okay, taking credit for like the one-man band, 3MB, Social Outcast. Yeah, that's right. But just, I don't know. I guess in Heath Slater's world, yeah, he was the one behind those. And then popping out from under the ring, getting in behind him. And they actually do this really well because he still got, like Heath Slater still had like the crowd chanting him. And then like it goes quiet, and then he tries to get him again, as from underneath the ring, sneaking in is Rhino. Rhino's back. Looking definitely old. Rhino's definitely old, but like, so it was that thing of like, it wasn't because it was quiet and it was like he wouldn't notice. He'd be like, yeah, crowd's behind me, yeah. And Shane goes, you're right, I am seeing like the hottest free agent at the moment in sports entertainment. And he says like, yeah, right, that's me, and turns around, eats a gore. A really good one as well, fair play. Hopefully this starts something decent up for Slater though. Like, like, the thing probably for this is to push Heath Slater and get him over a bit more, like get some respect from people and that. Like, yeah, Heath Slater is always a bit of a joke, but he will, he does what he does really well, and like I think it's really interesting, and I hope it means that they'll be able to do something with him. And then Bray. So yeah, only 3 people had like promos leading in for this 6-pack challenge, and like Bray's got one. I like his new look. Like I said, it looks less hillbilly, more kind of like death metal lead singer, and it's like somebody that would be like, I don't know. I like the new look, and great on the mic. Another great promo, and everything just felt different about, because like I've always, it's always been that thing for me, is like I've been a bit on Bray Wyatt. Like he's always great on the mic, but there was something about just this new look, and just maybe the fact because he's just on his own now and he doesn't have cronies to rely on. I liked it. I liked the promo. So I don't know. Maybe I will finally be swung on Bray Wyatt. He comes out to the ring, and then we have our 6-pack challenge, which has just some great moments, very good moments from everyone. Like Cena does his typical thing. He's like just starts limiting AAs to people towards the end. AJ Styles getting some great he gets like a great like frog splash stuff in it. Everybody kind of hitting off their hitting their big moments. Cena, like he does, I think, like where he, like Apollo Crews goes for a crossbody and Cena catches him, rolls him, throws him up. Like that's still impressive that Cena could do. It's like, I'm going to catch you, fall back, roll over, hoist you up, and then pop you back down for an attitude adjustment. And then he gets hit. Like Bray Wyatt takes out the referee. Like he beat. I think it's Cena hits a AA to Corbin or something, and like Bray just yanks the ref out of the ring, and like not like a thing that it's like you tap the ref and they go, oh no, like a football player. Like he yanks him out of the ring. I think he might actually hit his knee properly, and he's like doing a thing on the floor. Bray Wyatt hits a couple of Sister Abigails. Cena gets back. Styles hits. I can't remember. There's a point Ziggler hits somebody, and I think it's before Cena gets the momentum back. I think he hits Bray, and like he goes for a pin, and it's like obviously there's no ref, but it's like he counts to 6. Everyone, like the crowd's counting to like 6 and that. Then Cena gets back in, and then like Styles hits Cena with a phenomenal forearm. Cena fucking rolls it, like gets knocked out the ring. So AJ's like shit, and then boom out of nowhere, super kick from Ziggler. AJ Styles is down. 1, 2, 3. Ziggler is going against Dean Ambrose for the championship. Like, I was not expecting Ziggler to get it. Which I like. I like the fact there was somebody I wasn't expecting. Because I was worried because like Crews won the... Because everything else was kind of feeling almost formulaic to Raw. I was like, oh, Crews won the 6-pack challenge. He might win for that. And then you got your NXT people. But no, they do the right thing. Like, or not the right thing, but they do something a bit more unexpected with it being Ziggler. Ambrose comes out and they have their little stare down. One thing that was weird was that the commentary team was still in the original position on Smackdown, which obviously meant you could still sometimes see him in the background. I still like the but yeah, like that's kind of how it ends with like Shayna McIntyre and Bryan come out and say like, yeah, this is going to be your main event. It's going to be great. Everyone's all happy. Yes, yes, yes. And like SmackDown was good. Like obviously less stuff happened on SmackDown because it's a shorter show. But I I think Raw might still be just a bit better because they had Finn getting over so well, and obviously you have Sasha winning the title. But SmackDown was no slouch. Like they are pretty much like neck and neck on shows at the moment. And a very interesting thing for Ziggler to be going up against Ambrose. It was definitely not what I expected. But I liked the stuff that SmackDown was doing. I liked that new camera angle stuff. I think that could only maybe work for like bigger matches because it doesn't feel so static. Then if the camera can move just a little bit here and there, it doesn't feel so static. That's the problem when it's cameramen because they're running between shots and then it's a static shot. This is thing that allows them to move and change the angle as they're going. But it will be interesting to see how things go for next week. But I seriously would say this was a great week for wrestling. Great opening week for the brand split. They've done everything right, sort of thing. Like a couple of bits here and there they put wrong, but you can't guarantee a perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, but some good setup. Good setup, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how the brand split goes. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've got. That was Battleground, Raw, and SmackDown Live. I also like the new logos. The new logos are a very nice little touch. But and obviously having different commentary teams are cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see obviously the build up between Finn and Seth. It'd be interesting to see if we get the Demon at SummerSlam. Like obviously like does Finn have a reason to bring out the Demon on his first because obviously like on SummerSlam and WrestleMania are the ones that like there's always more eyes on SummerSlam and WrestleMania. They're the two big shows. They know that. That's how they push them. It's like unless stuff gets really heated between Seth and Finn in the next 3 weeks, like Seth starts doing dirty tactics to like screw over Finn from stuff. Like I don't see. It'd be cool to see the Demon Finn the Demon come out, but I can't. It's gonna be weird if it is, or if it's just gonna be the Balor Club and the nice jacket with the collar halfway up his face. And of course, the stuff leading on with Ziggler and Ambrose will be really good. I'm really interested to see what else happens with Bray Wyatt. I'm actually excited to see what they do with Bray Wyatt. I'm guessing the feud with Cena and AJ is going to continue a bit more, since AJ likes constantly to beat up John Cena. Obviously, the fallout from the women's match. I really want to know what they're doing with the women's stuff on SmackDown, because having everyone come out and being like, yeah, or just like constantly over talking each other and like cutting each other off, like I don't know where they're going with that. Maybe each show's gonna have its own set of belts. It's gonna have its own tag team belt, its own women's belt, because obviously they've got their mid card belts. Maybe just throw in a tag team belt and a women's belt, especially if SmackDown's gonna have exclusive pay per view. That'll be interesting to see. September 11th, that is. So you got SummerSlam in August, and then they're doing that in September. So I don't know if that means Raw's going to have an exclusive one. Like there was no announcement of that from Raw. Like a lot of stuff in Raw was just kind of getting up for SummerSlam and like figuring out who's going to who's going to go for this new title. This will be, there's a lot of questions to see how things come out. But overall, very good, very solid. Like, I will watch both shows again next week. Hopefully I watch NXT as well. I need to catch up with NXT. Just finding the time at the moment. I've had a lot going on. Hopefully as well, me and Kenny will get together. At least we'll have to get together again before SummerSlam. And, do another one of these. But just with everything that has happened like this week, like it was just like, got a lot of thoughts about it. And I didn't just want to do a long text dump on Battleground, Raw, and Smackdown. So I thought, no, just do this. One-off. This is probably a one-off. It's a special. And, yeah. So that is the one-off, one-man episode of the DragonBomb Podcast, where I talked at my laptop for an hour and a half and had people looking at me from outside. But hopefully it was good. I don't know what the sound quality is going to be like because I'm not used to recording in my conservatory. So this might be weird. It might not be. I'll have to have a listen. But yeah, we will definitely do our best to get something going on before SummerSlam. Without a doubt, we'll have something going on. But until then, this has been the DragonBomb Podcast solo. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll call it the solo episode. And shall see you on the next one. Too sweet, yeah?